Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to everyone that is viewing this video. This is Philip W. I am back once again with a new video, and I am here to share my perspective and my opinions on what I recently found out about what happened. And that is involving the shooting that happened in the Orlando club. When I first heard about it, I was kind of shocked, and I was very surprised because, well, I guess I was surprised because I wasn't expecting to hear that. I mean, I guess that's just the natural reaction from anybody. Whenever you hear about some kind of violence that happens, yeah, it throws people off guard a little bit, and yeah, it kind of it kind of surprises people in a way. So, but as I look deeper into it, like, I was told that the guy that had did it, I don't remember his name, but they were basically saying that I guess that he got angry or something because he seen two guys kissing, and apparently he felt some type of way, and he just went in and he just shot up the club, and it was like 50 people that ended up dying. And honestly, like, I was really, really disappointed, and I was very heartbroken to hear that news because nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, deserves that kind of treatment. I was just completely blown away. I could not believe that something like this happened. It just seems like this world is not getting any better. Now, I have some other information I'm going to share with you guys about this guy, but I'm going to get to that. But let's just stay on how we feel about this. Now, I was on Twitter the other day, and I was listening to the different views and everything, how other people feel about it. And, there was a lot of people that pretty much felt the same way I did. And I was actually really happy at the amount of support that Orlando was getting. Because when it comes to the LGBT community, I know that society is not too fond about that. But considering this happened, I was hoping that more people would actually come together and actually have some heart. But it seems that no matter what happens to people, it seems like there's always going to be those people out there that is just always going to have something negative to say. It's like, are you really that cruel, and are you really that heartless to where you can't see past your own religious, bigoted, ignorant views to where these innocent lives are taken? What makes you think in your mind that these people deserved anything on what they got? Just because you don't agree with how they live their life, that does not give you a right to still be closed-minded and ignorant. And that just shows how messed up this world is. And what's even more messed up about it is the fact that people didn't even have they didn't even have the audacity to even feel bad for their families. They didn't even have the decency to at least even open their eyes and see, okay, well, maybe that was going too far. Maybe that was wrong. No. There's still people out there saying, oh, well, maybe they deserved it. Maybe this is punishment for such and such. Punishment for what? What exactly are they being punished for? Because the last time I checked, a church got shot up the exact same way. What didn't somebody go up in a church and shoot the exact same people? The same thing happened in a church. So, what exactly are you saying here? That's what I want to know to those people out there that wants to not want to see past their own nose, and they want to still look at it as some kind of punishment. Did you forget that this happened in a church where people are actually praying to God and they're supposed to be so-called safe? So what is that really saying? If it happened in a church, then what point are you trying to make? That doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, what really angers me about this is that This has gotten to the point now to where I'm beginning to lose all faith. I'm beginning to lose faith in humanity. Well, of course, there's going to be those people that's going to say, well, just because one person did one thing, you can't look at all certain people the same way. Okay, I already know there's going to be people out there that's going to say that, but to me, I feel that is way besides the point. Because something has to be done to stop this. Now, there's people that's talking about how Obama needs to have stricter rules on taking people's gun licenses away and all that different type stuff. Me personally, I'm kind of straddling the fence on that, because a part of me feels like it's really not going to make a difference, but then another part of me is thinking, okay, maybe it will, maybe it won't, but then if they take all of our guns away, then that's just going to leave us defenseless, if someone tries to hurt us. So, I'm kind of having mixed feelings about the gun law things, because to me, like, I'm not really sure if that's really going to make a difference. Like, do something about the people that's getting a hold to these guns. That's how I feel about the situation. And honestly, if I were people, like, if I were other people, I would not open my mouth and say anything else right now about the LGBT community, because right now, this has gotten to the point to where people are angry and people are upset. And honestly, I thought that this was at least going to open the eyes of some people. And in a way, I was thinking that this was at least going to give people a more open-minded perspective. But apparently, it's not working, because people are still wanting to be hateful. And honestly, like, it really angers me, and it gets underneath my skin. Now, here's more information I found out, and what I find funny. There was an interview that I watched on YouTube where a guy was doing an interview and he was explaining what had happened, and he was talking about how someone was holding the doors closed. But here's the funny thing. Why, right after he was getting ready to talk about how somebody else was holding the doors closed, they cut him off? It's almost like the media did not want that to get out, and it's like they were trying to cut him off, and they was trying to do that. Why? For them to cut him off while he's trying to explain his side of the story, that just shows how messed up and how devilish this world is. That just shows that this world don't give a crap about us. They don't care about us, and they don't care about nobody. They want to see all of us dead. Because if they gave a crap about us, then they would have actually did something to help the situation. But apparently they're not doing anything. By doing that, no, they're not doing anything. And in a way, it's really scary that we live in a world to where if you get your life taken, no justice is going to be served. They would rather protect the criminal. And that's scary to me. That the victim is the one that's always getting blamed. But the criminal is protected. That really speaks volumes. I feel that this world is full of evil and full of devilish people that don't give a crap if you live or breathe tomorrow. And that's just how I feel about it. Now, there's witnesses that are saying that, I'm not sure if it's true, but I've seen it in a couple articles, that the guy that was involved, that the guy that shot up this club, that apparently he was a regular at this gay club, supposedly. And apparently he was using dating apps. And you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if this was true. Because for you to be that angry, and for you to be that upset at how another person lives their life There is something wrong with you. Why would you target, of all places, which technically you have no business targeting anything, period, with any type of weapons. But all I'm saying is, of all places, you target a gay club and kill all those people. That says something about you. You are a hateful and disgusting person. And this just proves, even if this is true and what the witnesses are saying about him, about how he was a regular, if this is true, this is just even further proof that homophobic people are self-haters. They hate themselves. For you to get angry and get that mad to target those many people, you hate yourself. And I don't care what anybody says. There is nothing that you can tell me that can justify why he had a right to take those people's lives away. There is nothing that you can tell me. It's going to go through one ear and out the other. There is nothing that you can tell me that can justify his right taking away innocent lives like that. And for people to sit there and still be cold-hearted and make the comments that they do and still have a cold heart towards those people just because you don't like the way they live their life, that just shows how stupid and idiotic and ignorant and trashy and bottom of the gutter that you are. That is lower than you can go. You are absolutely ridiculous. And you are a complete idiot. I can't say the words I really want to say because my nephew's is over here, laying across the bed. So I can't say what I really want to say. But you people, what is wrong with you people? This is almost the same situation where that old man had poured hot grease on those two guys because apparently he didn't like them being gay or whatever, and he poured hot grease on their back and he wanted them out of their house, and they had all kind of burns on them and stuff, and people were saying that was what they get. I would never understand it. There is nothing that anybody can tell me that can justify that at all. I don't want to hear anything anybody has to say about that because it is completely stupid. Now, you are entitled to your opinions. You are all entitled to your opinions, and you are all entitled to feel how you want to feel about it. But do not think about opening your mouth and saying anything else about the LGBT community. It wouldn't be wise and it wouldn't be smart. It just does not make sense to me how someone's personal life can literally affect your life that much. To where your bills are not getting paid, and to where it's not even affecting your household. It doesn't make any sense. This really upsetted me. I just can't believe in 2016 that it's come down to this. I honestly want to give up. Like, I have lost all faith in people. Like, I've honestly lost all faith in people. Now, as for the guy that held the door closed, see, I've never been put in that situation before, so I'm not going to be biased and I'm not going to judge him. But holding the doors closed, to me, that wasn't the best thing to do. I understand that he wanted to be some blockage between him and the killer getting to other people, but at the end of the day, you know that people are trying to get out. You know that people are trying to exit out of that club. You can't sit there and say, well, I kept the doors closed because I was hoping that they would have found another way out. That's still not, to me, that's still not a good enough reason. When people are in panic mode and when their lives are in danger, the only thing they're going to think of is getting out the only way they know how to, and that's through the doors. And the fact that you held the door shut, knowing that these people had a right to blast through that door. Now, all those bloody lives are now on your hands. And he has to live with that for the rest of his life. He has to live with that for the rest of his life. You don't hold the doors closed when people's lives are in danger. But again, I'm just saying, I've never been in that situation, but me personally, that's just not something. I'm just saying that's just not something that you should do. That's not something you should do. Like, and I'm also hoping that this is also a wake up call to the LGBT community as well. That you're all that you have left. Because this just shows how much this world really cares about you. You're all that you have left. Lean on each other, support each other. Whatever drama or beef that you have with each other, just squash it. You're all you have left. And that's all I have to say about that.